swath here. And 45 float single. Okay, space fans, this is Skylab, and we're giving you a little tour of Europe today. We're taking some data on weather systems, formations of cold fronts and low pressure systems for future use in long-range weather forecasting primarily. And then we're going to take some data over the Swiss Alps. We're going to hit the European coast at Lisbon. We'll then be traveling up over Spain, crossing the Pyrenees just a few miles from the Bay of Biscay, over Lyon, France, Geneva, Switzerland, Zurich, just south of Munich, Vienna, and then we'll be turning our instruments off as we continue on. Yeah, the data that we're taking today is divided up into its spectral frequencies and analyzed. We have the capability with our telescope to zoom in and zoom out. We can track an object less than a quarter of a mile square. We can track farmers' fields. We can track a city block. We can track lakes. We have very good resolution with this telescope. At the moment, it's in its minimum zoom position, that is as far away as possible. You see a reticle on your scope, or on your picture. The center of that reticle, or the open space in reticle, represents 1/4 of a mile. Range 65. I see we're now coming up on the coastline. See the coast of Lisbon. See Lisbon down there. Zoom in on it for you a little bit. There's Lisbon. You can see the airfield. Now we'll zoom back up. Crossing the land of Spain. Hey, buenos dias to all our amigos in Spain. Now you can see rivers and lakes down there. You can actually see various fields, plots of ground that are farmed. You can see wooded areas. And here's a little lake coming up. We'll just kind of zoom in on this a little better. And we have the capability of stopping our machine, taking a look at that lake. We want to, tracking it as I'm doing now. We're moving across the ground at 4 miles a second, but still I'm tracking that lake with no difficulty. Hold my crosshairs right on that lake without any trouble. Now we'll pick it up again. Back to business here. Zoom back forward. We can look 45 to 50 degrees ahead of our track over the ground. Now we're about to cross the Pyrenees. Looking down at the ground below, you can see what it looks like to travel across the Earth at 4 miles a second. You can see the major geological features there. Many linear features of mountain regions across the Pyrenees from Spain into France. We're taking data on all that territory down there. There's an interesting little lake with something in it. Let's take a look at that. Zoom in on it. That lake's got some sort of breakwaters in it, or bridges in it that show up very clearly in our reticle. You can see the farmers' fields over here, all the plots of ground. There's one right there. We can track that one right there. That's a quarter of a mile square. We can keep our instruments right on it. Okay, let's get back to business here. Zoom ahead a little bit. And we'll zoom way out ahead, see what's coming up ahead of us. Now we're going to get a little bit of weather, it looks like. Now we're looking way ahead of us, 53 degrees ahead of our position over the ground. And then we'll swing back to take data straight down, which is what we want to do momentarily. And now we're looking directly below us, crossing into the Alps. And we're taking a look at Switzerland now, very mountainous terrain. You can see the clouds above the Alps down there. You can see rivers cutting their way through the mountains. The data that we take with this instrument is used in the Earth Resources study, where we look at agriculture or forestry, water, resources, pollution, geology, mineralogy.
I'm turning the VTR off unless you want it on.
Let it go.
Okay, here. Let it run or what?
Let it run for a little while, yeah.
All right, will do.
Skylab Houston, we're about 1 minute and 20 seconds from LOS Madrid. I'll pick you up over Honeysuckle. At 13:53, you'll be looking at the moon then. We're looking forward to getting the TV from this pass. One final reminder for Jack, be sure to swap out the DAC for the TV for the lunar cow. See you at Honeysuckle.
Okay, I'll do that, Dick. Thank you. And as I was saying, what we do with this data is to use it for the more efficient management and utilization of our Earth resources. This data combined with that from unmanned satellites will in the future permit us to do that to a greater and greater extent. So we're going to sign off now and turn off our instruments.
Got a maneuver in
Skylab.
5 seconds. You got a maneuver.
Okay, turn off PGR, please.